To have you here.
Great to be here, Neil.
You know, we were saying during the break, this is one of the sort of unheralded success stories in the administration, where the media is so focused on the war, not focusing on the good economy, not focusing on big inroads on education. But what's going on?
Well, we're making progress, especially with our nation's neediest students, African American and Hispanic students. We know that if we're going to continue to be the world's innovator and leader, we have to do a better job of raising standards, raising levels of rigor, and holding ourselves accountable for every child's achievement. And we're on the road to doing that. We've made more progress in the last 5 years than in the previous 28 years of our National Education Report Card. So we're on the right track.
Well,
we have a long way to go.
Yours is the first administration actually to set standards, have people comply to those standards. The rap against this country, Secretary, is that when it comes to training future mathematicians and scientists, something breaks down after, I don't know, the 8th grade. How do we address that?
Well, we have to focus more acutely on math and science. Really, No Child Left Behind is largely about reading in the early grades, and we have to really turn our attention now to math, science, and to our high schools.
But do we have the teachers and the educators out there in enough volume to do that?
Often we don't, but we need to do some things differently. The president has proposed trying to get adjunct teachers, just like we do in higher education, people who have expertise in math and science and those subjects from corporate America. IBM has a program to do just this into our classrooms. You know, we have to simply change the nature of our delivery system if we're going to meet these demands of this workforce.
But you know what I hear from a lot of very smart folks, far smarter than I, Secretary, is that it's very tough for an engineer who wants to retire just to walk into a classroom and teach because of all the requirements that he or she has to get to do that.
It's true, and we need to make it a lot easier. Well, because, you know, these are standards that have largely been put in place by the teacher organizations in states and so forth, and we have to have...
Well, do those unions block you?
Well, they obviously, you know, prefer people who come out in the traditional routes, and you know, but I think.
And you're saying that traditional route isn't the way to go?
Is not adequate. I mean, we need more math and science teachers in our schools. If the old ways were getting us enough highly qualified people, that would be one thing.
What about
but it's
pay?
not.
A lot of engineers who earn better than $100,000 a year are telling me, Neil, I'm not going to go to some school in the Bronx for $30,000.
Well, I think one of the things that we know, and this is why the IBM program and others are encouraging, is, you know, after people who now are retiring with much more life expectancy, they can come and make a contribution in their schools after they retire from various private sector organizations, and we need to welcome them into our schools, give them the necessary tools to be effective teachers, but make sure that we have that level of competency and expertise in math and science in our schools.
All right, Secretary, always good seeing you. Thank
too.
you for braving the weather.
Thank you, Neil.
All right, we come back here.